Well, greetings, BeamNG enjoyers, and guess what? It's update time again, and they even have a new controller layout for, well, the Xbox One or whatever controller you're using. So yeah, this is what it looks like on the monitor. So yeah, they finally have a suitable layout for these kind of controllers. Well, this is an Xbox One controller. It's an MSI gamepad, but it is a similar layout. So yeah, they finally have a new controller layout. But that's not all though, because we haven't even gotten started. So let's go! Alrighty, so you want to see what's new. Here we go. So, according to the release notes, two cars have either revamped or new engine configurations. One of those is the ETK I-Series, and the other is the Ibishu Miramar. And you might be asking, what's so different? Well, I'll show you. Open the hood. Have to get to the door first, I forgot. They have to open the latch before you open the hood. Because a lot of cars are like that. There. Okay. Yep. They added a new engine for the ETKI series. Sweet! And with the Miramar, get to the car, open the door, and open the hood latch. Wait, that's right-hand drive. Wrong door. Wrong door. Because this is I do believe it's a JDM model. Yeah, open the latch. Open the latch and open the hood. And there we go. We're got ourselves a revamped engine for the Miramar. And look at that. But that's not all. These are only just minor additions. The most major addition to the game is this thing. Yep, that's right. The Gavril Grand Marshal has a limo configuration. Yeah! A freaking limousine. Let's get inside it. Oops. Here we go. Close the door, and we're off. Start up this thing. Yeah, the Gavril Grand Marshal has a limo configuration. And this was something that was just added to the game. Yeah, just like any limo, it's pretty hard to maneuver, but it's worth it once you get to drive it. Yeah, insert Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic song here. I can't play it because copyrights. Yeah, it's a limo, man. It's even got a fridge and a bunch of stuff there. Yeah, that's the entertainment lounge. Yeah. And you want to know the best parts? Let's pause the game. The freaking limo has multiple configurations. Yeah, it's got the standard configuration, special, with the bull horns. Yeah, it definitely looks like a car that Boss Hog would get around in. Yeah, you remember Dukes of Hazzard? Yeah. A Lux configuration and a presidential configuration. That's cool. And if you wanted to, you could probably make it into a drag limo. Yeah, like, this is really cool. This is obviously the best thing about BeamNG.drive 0.37. Yeah, it's not as big of an update as you would expect, but it still has a lot of things going for it. Oh, it even has a side view! Look at that! It is so cool, man. Just be careful you don't crash it, or those expenses are gonna come out of your pockets. Yeah. You definitely want to really wow Caddy Mulligan and want to show up in a limo, because she likes limos. I mean, anyone who's seen The Loud House knows that Catherine Mulligan doesn't like people who doesn't own a limo, according to one episode. You definitely do so with a drag limo configuration. Yeah, like a drag limo. I can see people creating drag limos. Yeah, it's not very fast in its default configuration. But hey, at least I don't have to play Midtown Madness 2 anymore to crash a limo. I can do it in BeamNG.drive. Yeah. BeamNG.drive finally has a limo. Hopefully the Gavril Grand Marshal will get a station wagon configuration next. I want to see a freaking station wagon configuration of the Gavril Grand Marshal. Based on the Chevy Caprice station wagon, of course. Like, I want to see that, and I want to see a config based on the Wagon Queen family truckster from National Lampoon's Vacation, the first movie. That would be cool. Imagine getting to drive a vehicle that is based on the Wagon Queen family truckster. Wagon Queen family truckster. Let's see if we can drift it. Yeah, it's hard to drift it because it's a freaking long vehicle, man. But you can probably do burnouts with it. Probably has traction control enabled. Yeah. Yeah, you could do burnouts with it if you want. Do anything with it. Yeah, this limo has a lot of possibilities for what you can do with it. And if you're really crazy, you can make something that is similar to Cleves McFarlane's 1500 horsepower behemoth. Oh. Aside from new configurations being added in, they also added some new props, and one of them is the spike strip. Yeah, it can definitely blow your tires. And the Gavril T-Series has a concrete mixer config that is added with, well, adjustable volume and auxiliary water tank capacity, because you can't have concrete without water. Ooh, man, did you see that? Spike strip destroyed its tires. Jeez. But that's not all though, because they also added in a trampoline. Yeah, a trampoline. Let's try out the trampoline next. A trampoline. It's got multiple configurations as well. I also have to mention that the spike strip does have multiple configs as well. Yeah, let's use it with a more appropriate vehicle. Oh, I don't know. The Soliad Lansdale. A rusted old minivan. Yeah, let's see if there's anything added. Yeah, they fixed an issue with the Soliad Lansdale. When people combined the 1.2 liter engine with a range box. So it's pretty good that that feature has been fixed. Alrighty, vehicle config. Let's do the basic paint scheme. Yeah, I don't think they have a rusted paint scheme for it. Let's try out the trampoline. Here we go. It's time to jump. Ooh! Yeah, it didn't make a big enough impact. Let's try again. Yeah, this is something to test the trampoline on. You gotta be really fast for it to make a dent. in the minivan. This is just something to test the trampoline with. Too high. Again, too high. Alrighty, we're on the trampoline. Yeah, it's probably best used with nodes. Okay, here we go. Got how to use nodes. Let's go into the options menu. Left control. There it is. Here we go. Nodes. Let's drop it high and see it fly. Steady, steady. Oh, yeah. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce right off the trampoline. Yeah, it's probably works best with a lighter vehicle. Let's try something that Mouye likes to drive in a lot. The Ibishu Pigeon. Wait, that's not the right hue of blue. This is the right hue of blue. Let's try doing the trampoline. Oops. Can the pigeon fly? Let's find out. Yeah, it didn't get it perfectly. try the world editor. It'll be much easier to have it in the air. Yeah, so in order to have it in the air, here we go. BAM! Let's do that again. Whoa! Bouncy bounce, bounce, bounce. Yeah, I find that the world editor is much better suited. Oh yeah. Yeah, pigeon can fly. Let's try it from a much higher height. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. Oh! We'll try it with the land still again. Alrighty. Feeling good about the trampoline. Ooh! A minivan on a trampoline. What more could you ask for? Let's try to go a bit higher with the world editor. There. Whoa. Whoa. You can use any vehicle you want. Here we go. Ooh, bounce around. Bounce around like that. Try again. Ooh. Interior. Let's try an interior view. Ooh. Oh, man. Here we go. It never gets old. One more test. And we're gonna do it. Whoops. With another infamous vehicle. Well, this thing. Yeah. Mouillet's most hated vehicle. ETK 800 series. Watch it fly. Watch it fly. Whoa! Look at that. I bet you Mouillet would like this. Ooh. Falls apart pretty easily. Interior view. Oh, man. Yeah, I better stop before I have too much fun. It is absolutely amazing that we got the trampoline. Here we go. And action. Alrighty, so I decided that I would make my own limo config. Yeah, my very own custom limo configuration. I started with a gray limo as its base. Let's go! Alright, first we gotta exhibit modifications to the engine. Yeah, this limo's a sleeper, man. It's supposed to be a sleeper. Stock ECU. Sport ECU. Performance long block. Brakes oil pan. Supercharger. Alright. Gotta find the suspension. Give us a good old race suspension. Okay. Front bumper. Front suspension. Yeah, it's a sleeper car. Make progress here. There's spindles. We need to color the interior. There we go. And give it a color. Yeah, let's make it news coat yellow. Ooh yeah. Yeah, if you're wondering who owns this vehicle, you're gonna see in a bit. This is a sleeper, man. Such a sleeper. Oh, I forgot one thing. He can't have... have a sporty limo without sport exhaust. Alrighty. And here we go. Yeah, it's definitely a reference to, well, my headcanon of Caddy Mulligan being known as the News Goddess. That's what it stands for. Let's hear this bad boy roar. Definitely need a more powerful supercharger. And a racing radiator. There we go. Yeah, it's the fast as heck limo, man. And brakes like an absolute dream. It is my sleeper limo for Caddy. Oh yeah, drifting around. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oops. Forgot how hard it is to maneuver. And hard it is to brake, jeez, like even with racing brakes, it doesn't have very much braking performance. Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about, drifting. Reset. Definitely need stage 2 performance. Long block. Yeah, it's supposed to be as powerful as the Hellcats in my headcanon. That's a pretty cool looking limo, man. It's bad fast. Definitely be having a good time drifting around in this baby. Oh yeah. Let's do a screenshot. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, There's also brake low in this update. Let's try out the brake low. Of course, it doesn't have, this vehicle doesn't have brake low, but the Scintilla has, though. First, let's make our screenshot. Friggin' geese. Here we go. Whoops, again. There we go. Perfect screenshot. Alright, Windows G, and there we go. Simple as that. Burning rubber with Caddy Mulligan's Sleeper Limo. Yeah, let's see. Gotta save the config. Here we go. Sleeper. Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's test out the brake low, because this is another feature that the BeamNG devs definitely touted about. And action. We're gonna wait for this car to go up to full speed. Yeah, I'm doing it on the grid small pure map because I do believe that need to go in top speed before the brakes glow. And you need a really fast car to do it. Yeah, that one's not gonna do it because it has anti-lock brakes. Let's try a race car version. Oh, look at there! Glowing brakes! Yeah! I'm glad they had that in. Yeah, let's try it again without anti-lock brakes for the regular Chinchilla, because I do believe that the Chinchilla is a benchmark for these kind of cars. Let's go with the Spider. Yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, I forgot it has different drive modes.
You've got mail.
Yeah, the brake glow will only work at high speed. Just like in real life. Yeah, not able to do it. Since it has anti-lock brakes. So I have to take the anti-lock brake system off. Yeah, it doesn't work with anti-lock brakes. But if you take the anti-lock braking system off, then it works. See that brake glow in action. Not able to do it. It works best with race cars. See if the ETK I-Series touring car can have brake glow. that doesn't work with regular racing brakes. You have to have carbon ceramic ones. But anyways, this has been BeamNG.drive signing off. What do you guys think of the BeamNG 0.37 update? Also, I haven't gotten around to any of my automation mods yet. Yeah, including my Gavril Barstow, the second generation one. But I'll get to it sometime. I'll get to it eventually, as is the case with a lot of my other mods. But you know the drill by now. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.